Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. To anybody watching this in the United States of America, happy 4th of July to y'all. Since it is the 4th of July, there's not actually any racing stuff going on. So this is gonna be a little bit different style video than probably what you've seen for the last few, especially if you've been following my streetcar takeover coverage and such. Kind of more of a vlog style. We are out here today in Los Angeles, California. My cousin gets married this weekend. I haven't found a plus one. So since there's not any racing going on, I definitely wanted to go and bring you guys a video. And since we are in LA, as a lot of you know, that is where the original Fast and Furious was filmed. So I figured a lot of those things are about 20 minutes away from the airport, which is where we just picked up the rental car. So why not go check them out, you know? So we are gonna be hitting a few different places. I'll put the addresses to each and every one of these locations in the description below. They're readily available on the internet. I don't feel bad about it. It's just that way you guys can kind of go and keep a nice consolidated view of where all we are going. I will be here for a few more days here in LA, so if you guys have any suggestions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to go and hit up some more car stuff while I'm out here if at all possible. All right, so first up we got the Toretto house. We got a fence up here now, and I gotta say this is absolutely crazy to actually just see this thing in person, just because it's like I can kind of picture the movie in my head. And you come right over here and like this is it right behind me. Like Paul Walker's literally standing right over there. That's insane. And then obviously if you look right up over here, I'm sure a lot of you guys know they went and tore down, not really tore down, but the garage was just there for the movie, not necessarily for anything else. Now here's something I did not know, and maybe some of you guys do, okay? If we turn all the way around here, this is obviously a huge tourist attraction, so you get a bunch of people, but Toretto's Market is like go down to the stop sign and then hang a right, and it's literally right there. It's like a half a block away, which might just be where we're going next. We decided to park up the hill a little ways. So obviously we got the house right here. We're gonna go for a walk, and I will show you guys exactly where. All right, so this right here is obviously Toretto's Market, and nobody likes the tuna here, and somebody was getting a little crazy with some donuts right over this way. All right, guys, we are currently en route to our third destination. I just kind of want to go and talk a little bit more about like why I wanted to do this, I guess. Mostly, A, to bring you guys a video, obviously. And B, just because Fast and Furious really was the cause of the peak in demand in Supras. You know, I mean, I probably wouldn't even be making videos right now because I wouldn't have a couple of Supras if it were not for Paul Walker in this movie. You know, I mean, that really kind of, I think, sparked a lot of, I guess, fandom in the import market, especially around Supras. And I genuinely believe that the pricing today would not be where it is if it were not for that movie. The Mark V Supra, realistically speaking, probably would not even be in existence right now if it were not for that movie. So agree or disagree, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. That's just kind of my thoughts on it. Even being over at like the Toretto house and the Toretto Market, it was crazy to think that, you know, like Paul Walker and Vin Diesel and all those guys actually set foot in those locations. I mean, yeah, that was like 20 years ago now.
One eternity later.
Now our next location should be coming up here in a couple of blocks. We're gonna be hanging a left. I think you guys will recognize it as soon as you see it. Hopefully. We'll find out. Here we go.
Turn left onto North Orange Drive, then your destination will be on the left.
Thank you, Sheila. All right, so this is where we're going. You guys remember this building? So this looks to be in kind of a sketchier part of town, but if you look at this building right behind me, you'll probably remember there was a car hanging off the roof right about here, and it said Racer's Edge on the side. This is actually where this is actually where Paul Walker / Brian O'Connor worked in the movie. Right now, it looks like it's kind of some studio space, warehouse space. I don't know. There's definitely not really much even around to indicate that it was used in the movie, which is interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the food portion of today's video. I think you guys are really gonna like this place. I only remember 2 restaurants in the movie. One of those was Cha Cha Cha, which is over in kind of sketchy part of town, and they serve Caribbean food. The other one is Neptune's Net. I'm sure you guys all remember.
Nice car. What's the retail on one of those?
More than you can afford, pal. Ferrari.
Smoke.
So figured we'd stop in here. We still got another couple hours drive before we go and get up to see my brother for the wedding and grab some food. Let you know how it is. All right, so I got the fish and chip right here. My partner in crime got the clam strips. How are they? Delicious. I haven't tried mine yet. I'll let you guys know how it is in a minute. All right, guys, so food recap on Neptune's Net. It was super cool experience just to kind of see where Vin Diesel and Paul Walker went to go and grab lunch after the race. The table and everything that were at still there was really cool. Super jam-packed though. I mean, it's like really kind of wall-to-wall people, so you really couldn't get a really good feel for the vibe, I don't think. It was cool. The food was, I'd say average. It wasn't like 5-star quality great or anything like that. The stuff that we had, the fish and chips and the clam strips, was like 35-ish bucks, so kind of on the higher end of the price. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, like I said, definitely a cool stop for sure. I wouldn't necessarily go out of your way to see it if that's the only thing you're seeing, but I mean, if it's along the way, then absolutely, you know what I mean? Other than that, on to the next spot. All right, guys, so this is gonna be our last stop on the journey. This is honestly probably the one spot I was the most reluctant to come to, just because like I remember very specifically where I was kind of when I heard the news. This is where Paul Walker died. So if you look behind me, there's a really long sweeper that comes up and around. And if we walk just up here a little bit, come up to this guy right here. So, got a lot of folks obviously paying tribute to him from all over the world too. The tree and everything like that's gone, was a bit of a bummer, but yeah, this is where it happened, guys. I tell you what, it's pretty crazy to think about. Like I said, I mean, I remember exactly where I was when I heard the news. I honestly kind of thought it was one of those celebrity death hoaxes, as weird as that probably sounds, but yeah, I don't know. I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing, and I heard the news, and it was just like, I don't know, it was super sad. And I can remember, I don't even know. I don't know, man. It sucks, it's sad. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, he was such an influence on the community, and a lot of us can kind of really trace our roots back to that movie, and he was one of the key characters of that movie. And it just really sucked to see him go. So if it's gonna be kind of a weird thing, but like if you guys look at my engine bay, a lot of it's gonna be blacked out, except for the exhaust manifold. And the exhaust manifold is silver, and I actually bought that specifically because I heard that Paul Walker had passed, and it was on the day that he died and everything. I went ahead and placed the order. I got my SPF one, and that's gonna stay that color. It just kind of is a reminder, like, I don't know, kind of a bright spot in the darkness, if you will. As weird as that probably sounds, but anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys liked kind of a little bit of a different style, more of a vlog style, and coming around with me to all these different places. If you guys got any suggestions or any other places you want me to go and hit up while I'm out here, leave me a comment in the section below. I'd love to go and check it out, especially if it's car related or food related. Either one would be awesome. But yeah, other than that, hope you guys liked it. I will see y'all very soon in the next video. Catch you next time.